finished board. That's the way I got them built.
Oh right. So you've actually got that built.
Yeah, I got them made, and these have actually sold it up.
He's fucking branded absolutely everything. Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't Lucy Kate.
Yeah. Have you got your little stubby holder yet?
Oh yeah,
I've got a stubby holder.
I got one. Yeah.
So the good thing with
I
these,
can hand them around.
I've actually made it so the MCU is plug-inable.
Yeah.
So you can actually plug that in. So if that shoots itself, throw it away. So you got the actual interface board stays there.
Oh, very good.
Everything now. I originally designed these for screw terminals, but as you see, I've changed them. I've just soldered the plugs, plug them in and out. So that makes it easier.
Yeah, a lot easier.
Well, a lot of the techs that we deal with, some of them are just mechanical electricians, not.
Yeah. I was actually looking for coloured ones because these are the thermocouple inputs, and you can swap them around. So I'll probably
colour them up.
Yeah, I'll have to colour them because you can interchange. Like that's a four-way, that's a four-way. I don't want to do that. There's a few more components I have to solder on here yet with solid-state relays. I've actually got them. Hopefully coming this week.
So we will be
solder them on.
So what's supply like to get? Oh, that's your board there. Yeah, right. Yeah.
I've got 50 of these.
Oh, Lucy. Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, so I've got 50 made. So all the old ones.
What's their turnaround time for the boards? It's good to see you too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I've done it. It took them a week by the time I sent the CAD drawings.
Oh shit, that's all right.
So this is another one I'm partially done. I've sort of soldered the head of.
Are they made here or China?
No, I do. Oh, the boards are made in China, but I'm building them here.
Yeah, okay.
So
how long does it take you to turn them around?
Oh, it's a couple of hours, and then I bench test
as
as well. So this
it's
one
half
here,
a day basically.
Yeah, this one here I've sort of bench tested because that's got the MCU on it, and I've updated it 1.6, so that's the current version of software on this one. I kind of wanted to shrink it down a bit, but I still want to keep the voltage regulator in there because if there's any fluctuations, it protects that from issues.
You know, power isn't as clean as it used to be.
Well, yeah. So that little board there gets away from the big filters, and these two little boards here are just for the current sensing modules. I wanted to put them on the board, but there was a lot of variations with that because Blodgett we need 2, Lincoln we only need 1, so I just thought I'll just add them on as a module. So these are separate. And I just get
well, I mean, it depends on the space we've got to play with.
Yeah.
You can make it a smaller unit in some cases. It'll be
well, exactly. I mean, ideally, I can get.
But you fit it in nicely in there, so it's not.
Yeah, it is still too big. I can get, and I've actually got some coming, a DIN rail holder for these.
Okay.
So if we want to, we don't have to use the box. We'll just whack it on the DIN rail, but then you're exposed to the elements and dust and crap like that.
No.
So this is totally sealed. 10 years time we'll open that up and it'll look the same. So in theory.
Yeah, theory. There's no rubber sealing.
Yeah, there is. Yep.
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, maybe in 10 years it will still be reasonably good.
That's the HW3. I haven't written on that one. Yeah. So what I've done is I haven't written on that one either. So you've got the MCU version, which is the main board, HMI version, which is the screen, and then you've got the HW version, which is the hardware version, which is
just that one,
the box.
Yeah.
So that's the Lincoln version. This will be the hardware HW4. That's 3.
I just like it so neat and tidy.
It's compact.
Yeah, that is now. This one, not so much.
Not so much.
Because it's all over the shop.
Yeah, right.
The MCU is a lot bigger. So I'll shrunk that right down.
Plug out.
Yeah. So yeah, I won't pull it out, but just pull that out. Got a USB plug there. So when
so really, if we wanted to run spare parts, then really, you could literally have folks with just a handful of parts, and that's all they're going to need to
I would imagine that would probably never fail. These, I don't know if it's this one. This one's got relays on the board.
Oh, okay.
Old-fashioned click, 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 click. I thought, fucking hell, that's old-fashioned. So I've gone to solid-state relays, and they never fail unless you've got an outside fault. They'll never fail. So
whereas
like these little fellas here, relays.
Yeah.
So I've gone away from that totally and put look at that's like these are the SSRs that.
Okay.
will go on there. I'm looking for, what am I looking for? I'm looking for on my so much stuff for all this project.
Oh, it's a great project.
But anyway, there's the USB that sits on the top.
So this is your
Oh, that's the PS3. That's ancient, that thing. Still got the old phone number still on it, but I'm going to use it on that oven out there when I recon it. So the USB is here.
Careful cleaning that oven.
Huh?
Careful cleaning it,
Yeah, I've sort of done half of it.
because if you do, you'll probably not much oven will be left.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you noticed the scrolls, and
I've done it once or twice. But
you know what I mean. Like it'll just sort of disintegrate in your hands. There is a point with some ovens you just go, yeah, no,
yeah.
you're done.
So I've got the smaller screen now as well for the
Oh yeah.
for the Lincolns, for the baby
That's a good idea.
ones. Cute, huh? Little
Yeah,
tiny
yeah,
itty
no,
bitty
no,
one.
no, no. It's perfect. In actual fact, it's probably ideal with a lot of ovens.
A little bit small though, I reckon. Look at me. Oh, it's tiny. So yeah, that's
Yeah, all right for the bench top.
yeah, that's what it's for.
But look, even for the bigger ones, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Tidy.
Less cleaner. Less cleaning.
yeah.
Doesn't sound
So
bad.
yeah, I've got all the options pretty much
Sorted
ready to go.
So when you want your first container?
Dude, when are you going to get me a workshop?
That's your job.
All right, so let's move over to here. What's his name from Malaga's coming with pizzas.
Okay.
He's got Malaga and Forestfield.
Yep.
Rod I couldn't get. I found out why, because his mum died yesterday. When I
So he's
texted
a
him,
bit-
I thought, fucking hell, that was
Yeah,
bad
he was
timing.
close to his mum. Real
Yeah,
close.
so yeah, he's
He told me about her and all that sort of stuff when we met a long time ago.
so yeah, I've got labels made up. So it's actually got. This is the old version, so I'm going to take that out and put the new one in. This is hardware 3, which is the USB, so that she's plugged into my laptop.
Yep.
Which is giving us all our temperatures at the moment, and it'll
Alright.
actually, as soon as we touch something, it'll come in here and it'll tell us what the settings are.
Oh, okay.
Here is the
Oscillator.
belt speed. So this is what I've just been playing around, calibrating and all the rest of it.
With the incense going in the background. the music.
Yeah, actually, it's run out. I think I can't smell it now.
Almost looks medical.
Yeah, well, he's going to have to build himself a test book when he really gets going.
So what I did with that in the standby mode was worked out, because it's got time on there, so I can see, okay, heat up time there. It took X amount. It takes actually 40 seconds to heat back up from standby mode to operating mode. So I think that's, and what I wanted to do there was work out
How far
so on
from?
here,
How long?
when you press the screen, is it going to be enough to start? Like, they're going to be in a hurry once they press that. So it takes about 10 seconds, so it'll be pretty close. So I don't think I want to drop it much more than 200 degrees.
No.
Changed a few more settings on the...
Is it relevant? Oh, we've had that discussion, so
Yeah,
that's fine.
I don't know about on here, but the independents actually want me to update all the 5 that I've done. They say, yeah, come and update it.
Really?
They want it done, so yeah. So I've got to
Okay.
run around and update.
None of them actually sit down and work out their numbers, do they?
No. But you know, in the smaller shops,
true.
you know, on a Tuesday, how many pizzas are they going to sell? So they want it on standby. Whereas a Domino's, that's going to be going since when they start.
Well, I mean, all my ovens were high performance Middleby Marshall 250s. They were still 250s though. But they were high
Remind me of a
performance
HG Holden or something. Those things.
Man, like the tractors, the tractors.
Yeah.
Oh, don't be harsh.
Great oven, though.
They started me. They made me a little fortune.
So this is the.
Two of them, actually.
I think we've gone through this before, but
Yes.
this is the screensaver, if you like.
Yep.
It reverts to that when the oven's off. That's what it will show all the time.
Yep.
It's going to show you your oven temperature. If the maintenance is due, it's going to come up and show you there.
Yep.
If the oven's in cool down, I added this the other day, it'll actually say cool down there.
Yep.
Because when you turn the oven off, this screen came up and you didn't know that it was in cool down, so I've added that in. Back to your normal screen. Actually, I've got the conveyor on there. I've added that horrible sound. One issue I did have, I had a couple of warranty calls, and actually they weren't, turned out that they weren't warranty.
Idiot.
They
Calls.
they rang me. I said, first thing I do is send me a photo of that. So they sent me a photo of it, all green, So well, okay, the oven's on. It should be heating. What's going on? So I went out there. I went out there anyway, and what they'd done was they'd put that to 53 or whatever they thought the belt speed was, because they got them confused.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So they got that screen confused, like 59. Someone has changed it there.
Yeah.
So what I went and did was I've made that bigger.
Letters.
Yeah, I've made that bigger. I'll put a belt there. You can see the actual belt moving.
Now you're getting the gist of it.
Change the colour. Speed setting.
And got it in 3 different languages.
Yeah, and in here there's, well, kind of a pizza burning away, so you can see it's actually not the conveyor.
And you're still going to do it.
And I've added minimum speed, sorry, I'm saying it now. Minimum temperature, maximum temperature. So, you know, that's I'll put it down there. What else have I done? So, yeah, besides that, I've added the horrible noises.
So they know they've actually done it.
So they know they're pressing the button. Same with the errors, if there's any errors, if the thermocouple fails. If I was to turn that on without the gas on, it'll come up and say, hey, your oven's not heating. So if we did that, for example. If we left the gas, turn it off. There's a little counter right in the corner there, you can just see it. I had to actually put that there because it needs to reference that. Once that gets to, every oven's different. I think I set this one at 80 or 100.
Oh yeah.
The Lincolns are different because they have different purge times and whatever else.
So once it hits 100, it'll go to ignition.
Well, it'll say error. It'll come up and say check temperature.
So you've got a good row with the relays there.
Yeah, so that relates to my wiring diagram.
So you've kept the original controller.
For now, yeah.
The ignition pack.
Ignition pack.
And the
that's going to be in that location now, the ignition module.
Okay.
Easy to get to. In the back corner, I've got the power supply for the.
Right.
So stuff in the back corner there.
What have we decided to do as far as cooling goes?
I've got 2 cooling fans at the back. I haven't put them in yet. They're actually in there.
Okay.
So see, this relates. So we've got KM1 that relates to there.
Yep.
This is actually set out as a
prover.
You've got your main blower fans. You've got the current sensing modules up here.
Yep.
That relate to AO fan 1 and 2.
Right.
So you've got AO there, so you know that circuit is one of those fans is down, or one of those fans is down. So they're both lit up, so we know the fans are working.
Nothing else.
No, nothing else is connected yet. So yeah, we've got the
Very clean.
speed control. We've got the PSU power supply, gas valves, cooling fans. So it's pretty,
So what sort of cooling fans did you decide to go with?
In the back, I've got 150mm axial fans.
Oh, just ordinary actuals?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did some tests on when they drop out, what temperatures they drop out, so I've mucked around with all that. So this one here will start to give you an error. The next version on the board there, I've actually got an output for a sound device, so an alarm. So if the fans go beyond the error message, if it keeps going, then it'll
Let you
start
know,
to get upset.
Shut the damn thing down, basically.
So you'll get an error coming up on here. Call service.
Yep.
It'll come up.
You're going to have it like a big
Oh,
flash.
there's your check temp there. So because that's hit the time now,
Yep.
check, it hasn't heated up. So it says, hey, check your temperature. Something wrong.
Right.
Actually, the alarm should be going off. Maybe I haven't turned that back on. During testing, it was annoying me, so I shut it all down.